Make no mistake, fire is dangerous. It produces toxic gases, releases hazardous materials, and can provide an ignition source for explosions. Fire will also produce life-threatening heat. It can cause structural damage, both seen and unseen, that can block exit routes or cause walls and roofs to collapse. And it can spread fast. Depending on conditions, a small flame can become a major fire in as little as 30 seconds, producing deadly toxic smoke and so much heat that simply breathing can scorch your lungs. A fire can double in size every 30 to 60 seconds based on fire load. In order to prevent fires and respond effectively in an active fire situation, you must have specialized knowledge. That's why part of the OSHA standard is employee training. If you understand fire prevention and response, you have a much better chance of avoiding fire altogether or escaping safely if one should occur in your workplace. Because once a fire is underway, rapid evacuation is the surest way to prevent injury or loss of life. To take an active role in preventing fires, it's useful to understand the components that make fire possible. These components are often referred to as the fire tetrahedron. The four components represented by the four-sided tetrahedron are oxygen, heat, fuel, and chemical chain reaction. Without each of these four elements, fire cannot begin or continue. For example, if you don't allow heat to come into contact with the materials that could provide fuel, you'll prevent fire. Or if you use an extinguishing agent that stops the chemical chain reaction that keeps a fire going, you'll put out the fire. Let's consider some examples. Identifying heat or potential ignition sources in industrial or manufacturing facilities is not difficult. The heat or ignition source for a fire could come from an electrical source, from smoking, from hot work, or from cooking. I'm sure you can think of many possible sources of heat or ignition in your own work area. Oxygen, of course, is present in the air we breathe, but it may also be used in certain industrial processes. If this is the case in your workplace, the fire danger is multiplied and the spread of fire can be accelerated dramatically. Given enough heat and oxygen, almost anything will burn, but some fuel sources ignite easier than others. Off the top of your head, you can probably provide a fairly extensive list of potential fuel in your workplace. We'll talk about some specific examples later on.